Renzo,
Mm-hmm.
we picked today's expression together, but I want to start the program by asking you. Today's expression is tener la soga al cuello.
That's right.
And hello, everyone. This is just a Spanish phrase where in each episode we discuss idiomatic a Spanish expression and we talk about its origin and its uses. And then, if you're interested in it, you can visit our website, newsinslowspanish.com, and you can hear entire conversations 100% in Spanish using those expressions.
Yeah. We have a huge catalog there with tons of expressions in Spanish. Each entry has lessons and different dialogues using that expression. But here, in Just a Spanish Phrase, we get to have a little fun and talk about it in English.
In English.
And dig into the history and the uses of that expression. So, tener la soga al cuello.
Okay, but before
okay. I wanted to see.
We talk about the origin and all that. Who do you think nowadays has la soga al cuello, which means, how do you translate that?
Right. So in English, a couple different ways to use it. Common expressions in English that mean the same thing. One of them, really popular, is to be at the end of your rope. And the other would be to be up against the wall.
Okay. And tener la soga al cuello, the literal translation is to have a rope around your neck.
Yeah.
You don't have that expression at all.
I don't think so in English. To
It
have
works,
a rope
though.
around your neck. The imagery is very clear.
Yeah.
Like
No
if you
need
have
to
a rope
explain.
around your neck, it means you're in serious trouble.
So exactly, who do you think nowadays?
Who's in serious trouble nowadays? Who isn't? But yeah, since we're obviously News in Slow Spanish, we are a news program and we deal with the political landscape all the time. So it's very clear that there are many political actors who are up against the wall, who are at the end of their rope, maybe. But let's see. Okay. Big news these days, of course, inescapable, the Epstein files.
Oh, yes.
The pending release of the Epstein files after that vote last week, I think. That could see a lot of people up against the ropes, up against the wall.
A lot of people can have la soga al cuello. Funny you mentioned that because I think another political actor that has la soga al cuello is Nicolás Maduro, the president, quote unquote, because he didn't win the election.
The de facto president.
Yeah,
of
the
Venezuela.
Autocrat,
Mhm.
dictator that has ruined my country. So he has la soga al cuello, tiene la soga al cuello, because there's obvious military presence in Caribbean waters. And
you're talking about the very controversial military operations that the U.S. has been carrying out, right?
Yes, which as much as I disagree with Maduro and I want him out, I also think everybody deserves a due process like those fishermen or...
the alleged drug
Exactly.
traffickers, yes.
So, but Maduro tiene la soga al cuello.
Mhm.
But I've been thinking if politicians who have la soga al cuello because of the Epstein file here are waiting for newspapers to come up with information and then they're going to launch something in Venezuela to have the news,
like
the
classic,
headlines.
Deflection.
Yes, cortina de humo. How do you call it?
Smoke screen.
Smoke
literally.
screen.
Yeah, that's another. Absolutely, that's a classic strategy in politics and in geopolitics to distract from one scandal with a bigger one.
Exactly. So that's why the more politicians that have la soga al cuello,
Mhm.
the craziest things can happen.
Yep. Obviously we're not going to come to any conclusions here. It's all speculation.
It's completely speculation.
Absolutely. The fact that you can distract from some trouble at home by, pursuing trouble abroad, that's happened so many times. It wouldn't surprise me, obviously.
But let's dig into the expression, tener la soga al cuello. What is the origin? You're our history
well, thank you.
expert.
Thank you. It's my pleasure. I do love digging into the history of these expressions. And this one does have a really unique origin story. So, of course, the literal translation of tener la soga al cuello, to have a rope around your neck, that imagery is crystal clear. You know that it's an allusion to hanging, right? And a form of execution. So the origin, though, specifically traces back to 1540, the year 1540.
Exactly that year.
Yes, there was a unique event which popularized this expression. It was really the birth of the expression as a piece of popular culture that then spread throughout Europe. 1540 in Ghent, Belgium. King Charles V is from the Habsburg Empire, is in power here at the time. And in the city of Belgium, in Ghent, there is suddenly a revolt. But the revolt is suppressed by the authorities. And the king orders all the rebels to be paraded around the streets of the city with a noose around their neck.
Oh.
And so here, the nickname, the noose bearers, was born. Tener la soga al cuello, literally, to have the rope around your neck was basically you're finished. You are in so much trouble, and you're being, in this case, paraded around the city as a way to show, like a show of force, a show to intimidate any other potential rebels.
Before they were executed, I assume.
I assume as much, yes.
That is very interesting and sad at the same time.
Yeah, really dark episode in that in the history of Belgium. But that's where the concept of being paraded with the rope around your neck, it's not the moment of execution itself. See, that's the thing that makes this expression work. It's the time before.
Exactly. It's like I'm about to lose everything. I think, at least in Venezuela, this is used commonly when you talk about finances. When you are having a hard time making ends meet, you can say, tengo la soga al cuello.
Yeah.
I'm really in trouble right now.
And that's what's really interesting too, that because it's a reference to being in trouble, to being like in English, at the end of your rope or up against the wall, it does imply that there's still a possibility of turning it around, which is not, very unlikely when you're already at the execution block.
Exactly, does it?
Right.
Is there a possibility once you have the rope against your neck? If Zorro comes and rescue you, I guess.
It's like cuts the rope. Okay, yeah, definitely. But so back to the current political landscape, you mentioned that distraction or deflecting from your trouble with somebody else's scandal is a way, it does work. It does work to maybe turn things around, to release some of the pressure from yourself.
What was that classic movie? So great, with Dustin Hoffman and I think Robert De Niro, Fog of War? No, Wag the Dog.
Wag the Dog.
Yes. They do exactly that. The president is in trouble, so they just make up a war against any country, whatever, let's do it.
They stage it completely.
Yes.
Right. But in this case, it really was totally faked.
Totally faked.
Yeah, and unfortunately, what we're talking about here wouldn't be fake per se, but a real international conflict. So knock on wood, hopefully we don't have to get to that level. But that's the stakes we're talking about. Just like tener la soga al cuello, it means serious trouble. It means you're at the end of your rope and things are only going to get worse unless something changes.
Unless he resigns. Maduro says, I'm out of here.
I was going to say who. All right. I think that's it for tener la soga al cuello and this episode of Just a Spanish Phrase.
Wait, Renzo, that's not it.
It's not?
I just thought of another way you can use the expression tener la soga al cuello.
Let's hear it.
When you have a huge list of presents you need to buy, you have a deadline and you don't have...
Yep, you're at the end of your rope, you're up against the wall. What do you buy?
What do you think?
Okay, this is a shameless plug. A gift card to News and Slow Spanish.
Of course.
Of course.
So if you have la soga al cuello, you don't know what to buy to your loved ones, a gift card to News and Slow Spanish, French, Italian, or German could be a good idea.
Even if you do know what to buy for them, this would be better.
True. Adios.